welcome to GAW TV. Oh yes, that's a hashtag, hashtag GAW TV. We have been treating you guys, yes, trick-or-treating, haha, past Halloween, but I went with it. Treating you guys to some very, very special guests. We had Mick Foley last week. Ladies, was that not awesome?
So great. Awesome. He was probably our most incredible guest yet, Agreed. Except for the one we're about to have.
Exactly. Why stop there? Exactly. We have an amazing guest for you guys. But before we get to that, Mickie and Lisa, how are you doing? How's your Wednesday evening?
Oh, so good. So good. Yeah. I mean, it's raining like England here.
Yeah.
Is it really?
It's now the time of year here in England where, and our guest will be able to attest to this and gripe with me about it, it starts to get dark. Literally, it was dark today at 3:39 p.m.
Oh, I hate it.
Nighttime.
Crazy.
Crazy. It's awful.
Crazy. Oh Lisa, you look great. I love you in purple. I've never seen you in purple, I don't think.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I didn't, I didn't really put effort on dressing up. I was just like, you know what? We have a hot guest coming up. Like no one's going to be looking at me. They're going to be checking her out, That's so true. Like, I just went comfy.
Oh yeah.
But I do have what I told you guys. I still have my Mick Foley hair going on. I can't even brush it. It is so ratty. And I burnt my hair. Oh.
You burnt your hair?
Oh yeah, trying to curl it. Yeah. And I haven't curled my hair in years. Like that Mick Foley costume, you have to curl your hair.
You can borrow my wig. I know it. Everyone's coveting that beautiful, luscious wig of mine that cost me £8. I'm just kidding. I don't remember how much it was, but it was memorable for all the wrong reasons. Lisa and Mickie and I, I'm telling you guys, we said it in the chat room. We loved that episode, but we kept dying laughing because there were serious moments, right? And Lisa's like, I can't even watch. I have to look away from the screen because us and those crazy beards and stuff. Hilarious.
So funny. So funny.
Loved it.
Well, we have. It was hard to take us seriously, even those serious moments, because our faces. And I was like, Lisa, I was like, did you tell everyone? How long did you walk around with the beard?
Oh, I should have said that. I forgot to wash my face before taking my dogs to go out do their potty, right? And then someone goes, you still have something on your face. And I go, what? And I was like, oh my God, I didn't wash my face. I still have my beard on and my black ear. And then I kept on every time when I took a bath, when you don't wash your hair, I put it in a bun, you can't really get your ear clean. And I'm like, ew, what's in my ear? My eyebrow gel is still in here. I can't get out.
Teeth.
Your teeth.
That came off easily, thank goodness.
We're just happy that you weren't actually lead poisoned because we kept calling you a method actor and you really, really committed to that look. So it's nice to be back here as ourselves because we wanted to introduce our special guest who is an absolute definition of a grown-ass woman, an absolute boss babe. Mickie, you want to do us an intro?
Oh my gosh, I love this woman so much. I think that she is empowering. I think that she owns her own self, her, everything that she embraces. And I love her so much. So I'm so grateful that she was able to come on the show. So we should say, welcome, Saraya Paige.
Woo-woo! Let's get her in. All right. Can we pump in a picture?
Look at that picture.
Look at that. Oh,
dinner and a show.
Oh my gosh.
Yay!
Oh my gosh, you have grown up so much. You're a woman. Stop this.
Oh, thank you. I'm nearly 30, so.
What?
Oh, back in our day, 30. Woo!
Looks stunning.
I know everyone still thinks I'm fucking 90, and I'm like, I'm close to 30, sis.
Oh my God, you look amazing. It's so great to see you. We're gonna say a little cheers. Welcome to GAW TV, to one of our favorite grown-ass women ever.
Hey.
Cheers, girl. Good to see you.
We're so happy to have you.
Dude, I'm so excited. I heard so much about this show, you guys, because obviously I had Mickie on my Twitch. But everyone was like, you need to do GAW TV. It's so great. Like, they love this show. So I'm really excited to be on here.
Oh, thank you so much.
God, that's great to hear. Oh my God.
You know what? How we've somehow navigated a way to just have a slumber party in our pajamas every week and just talk absolute nonsense. Bollocks.
I'm already in my sweats.
See, there you go. You got to be comfy.
But Mickie already gave me the heads up. She's like, sis, we're in pajamas, all right? I was all right. I'll throw a little bit of slap on and put my sweats on.
Yes.
Woo! Flexibility counts. Well, we do something on the show every week. We say, who are you wearing? What are you drinking?
Couch. Disability couch. Okay.
We,
Okay, I'm
we go
sorry.
around the board and we say, who are you wearing? What are you drinking? I want to start with Mickie because you purposely planned this outfit for our special guest.
I did plan this outfit. Well, I'm drinking a little bit of tea. You know, a spot of tea, love. Just
We
for
thought
you.
we'd have tea in honor of you, and I am in England, so I'm trying to fit in, you know?
Yes.
You
in
actually live
honor
in
of
England
you
though,
and
right,
your
Valerie?
sobriety.
Yeah.
So we're all, because we typically
Yes.
sometimes have alcohol, sometimes we have coffee drinks, and I know
I'm
you're
a service sister now.
Yay! Cheers!
Wow.
That's amazing. It's amazing.
Some
I also
dark- Wait, can I cuss?
Of course.
Yes. Yes.
I did some dumb shit when I was drunk all the time, so I had to cut it out, dude. I had to.
Girl, been there. That's a
It's
whole nother
nightmare.
episode.
Especially this dumb shit on my hand. Look, I have shit tattooed on my hand.
Oh my God, you absolutely do.
Talk shit, get bit. I love that tattoo.
Oh,
though.
Hilarious.
to me, you guys. It's a big no.
Yeah.
Is that what people see right before you like punch him in the face? Like it's like, oh, that's a pretty message.
Yeah.
Boom.
I get straight gangster with them. I'm just like, here we go, bitch. Round one.
I love that tattoo, though.
I do too.
I did too.
I
It's
do.
not quite the iconic tattoo, although I do tell people not to get this because I'm like, please don't be stupid like me and do this kind of stuff. But it doesn't deter them. They're like, this is a great idea. You did it. And I'm like, I'm also in the wrestling business. You can get away with a little bit extra
We
things
can
here,
get
right?
Yeah, we can do a little extra. But
Mm.
you know what I remember recently? I guess it wasn't that recent of you getting some flack from people on your Twitch for wearing too sexy stuff. And if I remember, it was something similar to this, which is
Yeah.
was it
You
like
look
these
good.
kind of pants,
Okay, sis.
right? And like a
Yeah,
sports bra.
spicy mommy. Yeah.
So that's what I wore. This is my Paige outfit.
Oh, it looks good
Yeah.
though. It looks
Yeah.
really good.
It does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people
I
like
can't
give a
believe
shit,
that
huh?
girl when she said something about how they had a problem with you, you know, looking hot on your. I mean, how? First of all, how dare you? First of all, how dare you look
Well,
attractive?
You're so
Be proud of your
confident,
body.
all right? Like,
And be-
what can I
yeah.
say? No, the problem is that people still think of me as 19, right? So
Right.
they're looking at me and they're like, oh, like I've grown up a lot, right? So I lost like the baby fat, starting to get the woman features, you know? And so people are just like, wait, did you get a bunch of plastic surgery? You're like, no, sis, I'm 30, pretty much,
Yeah.
you know? Like,
Right.
well, I don't know what
I
to
look
tell
like
you.
a woman now. Right.
Yeah, like you age, and that's what happens. And women age a lot quicker too than men,
Right.
unfortunately.
Mhm.
And we have to take care of ourselves. That's why I get a little bit of Botox here, you know.
A little bit
Oh,
there.
yeah.
It is what it is. People are gonna be mad at us.
No, it's
A
crazy.
little voluma, a little insert
Tweakage.
here. Yeah.
I just got Botox today. I can't wait for the internet to be mad at me about it. I just
Oh.
got it today. I'm so happy.
If we have to apologize for all the crap that you know what I love when people say, I love this. And it's sorry, but not sorry. It's a lot of men. They'll say, well, you don't need that. You know, you don't need. Do I need to dye my hair red? Bro, it's something that I'm doing for myself. Makes me feel nice. Don't give me this whole you don't need to do it. That's a bunch of crap.
Preach. Yes.
There you
Thank you. I get
You
like
look
we
great.
as women in the public eye, because I feel like the women, I'm not just saying this because we're female, but it is very true. We get more crap on the internet than the men do.
Yeah.
Whatever we do, right? For example, take my tapes coming out, right? Unfortunately, it happened. It sucks. I was 19. It is what it is. But the amount of crap that I got as a female compared to the guys that were involved in it got zero. High five to them, right? But you're a
Yeah.
raging slut porn star who deserves to die. Like, you know,
Right.
like it's terrible. So like cosmetic surgery, like a little bit of Botox, or we change how we do our makeup, right? Because makeup can be a big component
Huge.
on how you look, right?
Mhm.
So people do more contouring, or they raise their eyebrows a little bit, wear like a certain eyelash, and everyone thinks you've had a face off. That's it.
Mhm.
You're John Travolta, you're freaking Nicolas Cage, you swap faces. That, right? But that's not how it is. It's just like, no, we get older, we change our freaking makeup. This is what happens. We dye our hair. Stuff happens. We age. It is what it is. But we
Right.
get insulted as women all the time, being like, you guys just don't need it though. Or you look much better without the freaking nose job that you didn't have. You know what I mean? You're just
Right.
like,
Yeah. They say some weird stuff. We talk a lot about Comic Cons and stuff too. Like I said just not that long ago on the show, somebody will say, oh, you're so much skinnier in person, or you're prettier in person. It's like, is that supposed to make me feel nice? Like, what a thing to say.
yeah.
So rude.
I thought
So
that before too, where they're just like, you're much prettier in person. You're like, excuse me? Like, thank you for the backhanded compliment, you asshole.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Look
I mean,
better
we're
on the
not.
keyboard. All right.
Yeah, we're not allowed to age. We can't gain weight. We can't get wrinkles. We can't get gray hair. We can't scar. It's a lot of pressure to look good on TV. And then, God forbid, you do a Comic-Con and they're like going, "Oh, you look different," because I'm getting older. This is what happens. Gravity takes place.
Back to it.
Have they ever said
I
things to you about like your pictures? I get a couple things. So if it's like a picture's like, you know, obviously it's me, it's a redhead sitting in front of a redhead picture. If you don't know wrestling or who the hell I am, which is fine, as long as you're polite about it, they'll first of all go, "Is this you?" And I want to be like, "No, dude, I'm just sitting here. What are you talking about?" Secondly, there was a couple people that said, "Oh, these pictures, they must have been a while ago."
Wow. What asshole.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I can't stand people like that because, first of all, I don't have it in me, nor do any of you ladies too, to purposely go on someone's picture and just say, "You're fat, you're ugly, or you look better." Like, that is not something that's ingrained in our genes whatsoever.
Right.
So I'm just like, what is the purpose of this person? Like, they must have gone through something that's really tragic where they have to take it out on strangers on the internet. So I kind of feel bad for these people more than anything. I'm like, something happened to you.
Who hurt you?
You're taking out on us. This is what's happening. But
Yeah.
also, fuck you.
Yeah.
And stop following my shit, because you can just not follow my stuff.
Yeah, if you don't like what I'm
Comment.
doing, why are you following me? Why are you following me?
What? You're like our biggest fans at the end of the day, right? Because you keep freaking coming back, you keep talking crap, but essentially, like, you're putting our names out there and we live rent free in your head. Simple as.
Right.
Right.
Well said. Well said. Lisa, I have
Jumping straight in there, talking crap, like, yeah!
This is therapy.
Yeah.
It's also GAW TV /therapy.
It is.
Wonderful. I'm
Yeah.
all for it. Tag me
We'll
in.
bill you. Just kidding. We're of absolute help to each other. It's the blind leading the blind at this point, but we're happy.
I know.
What can you do?
Alright. So, are we moving on to what we wearing? Because I'm.
Yes.
Yes, you go. I was doing that. Oh, and I'm wearing your lip gloss.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes,
Ooh,
ma'am.
she's representing over here. Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put the link up. The SarayaStore.com.
There we go.
Go shopping.
Here, right here. The
That's
link
Okay,
is
I'm
right here.
drinking water. Is that what you're talking about? Water?
Mm-hmm.
I'm drinking some Arrowhead water.
Delicious water.
Also, I'm wearing these sweatpants that I just got today, actually. They're called Talentless, which I was like, oh, this is fitting for me, right? Because that's what everyone said. But they're quite cute.
They're
They are
so
quite
cute. And they got pockets.
I don't know where I got this from.
Mickie loves pockets.
I
So
do love a
cute.
set of pockets and a pair of
Me
comfy.
too. I love a set of sweats. I've lived and died in them. If you wear jeans during a pandemic, you're a psychopath. I'm just saying.
Amen. Amen.
Every show, Mickie has some sort of pockets, and she's like, "I can put my snacks in here. They're great." She loves a pocket. She sure
Yeah, I
does.
got food snacks in one pocket and lip gloss in the other.
It is. Mickie, that looks like some sort of novelty mug. What's going on with that mug?
Both places you will go. I think I got this on the clearance rack at CVS, honestly.
What's
and
it
one of
say?
the-
What's it say?
Both places. This is when I first was allowed to leave my house out of the pandemic. And so I went into CVS and I spent an hour in CVS, and I ended up with a mug for $3.99, discounted down from $10.99. So I was really
Bargain.
good. And Dr.
Don't
Seuss.
let ladies loose in like a Target, a Walgreens, because we're in trouble. That's it.
I know.
We are
stocking
very,
up on some
very
candles
forthcoming
ASAP.
about our bargains. Like Lisa will be like, "I paid $14.99 for this and it broke." $14.99 for that glass that you had. That was breaking the bank.
I won't do it
frugal
again.
fashionistas.
I like my Dollar Tree and my 99-cent store. That's all. That's yeah. If it breaks, I can go back and get another one. Right?
She's going
I'm
full
not
Karen.
Thank you. My boyfriend's the opposite, but I'm like, I'm frugal, man. We need to save. We need to save.
Yeah.
Lisa, you said you had coffee? You have, I'm going to guess what kind of coffee you have. Your favorite?
My death wish coffee that has a warning label on it that says 3 times the amount of caffeine in it. So like Lisa needs more caffeine, but I'm kind of snobby with my coffee. I need to put whipped cream on top of it. Is that? Yeah.
Is that the sugar or the sweetness?
It makes
don't
it
put
so
sugar- you put
creamy.
sugar in there
It's
too?
it's so delicious. It just makes it like a and I don't like sweets, but it just makes it calms down the caffeine bitterness,
Yeah.
Shout out to
I'm
our
not wearing much anything fancy. You know how LA people love their Lululemons. I'm just sporting Lululemons, and since you guys are in your sport bra, I do my sport bra too. Hey, I'm
thought
not
you were
standing.
looking
Flesh
for a
colored.
second. I was
I
like,
didn't get the
woo!
memo about a sports bra.
I am not standing up. I'm not standing up.
No,
My Lululemon is not high waisted enough.
gotcha. Oh, those
Thanks.
Lulus.
Thanks, coronavirus. For the
Miss
extra
Rona
pounds.
strikes again. I don't have anything that interesting on almost every single show. I love a kimono. I love a nice little, satiny, silky moment. One of my favorite headbands on. But my mug, I will mention I'm having a lovely Moroccan mint tea. And my mug is actually designed by Rebecca Higson Designs, who I discovered at DragCon. This is an Adore Delano mug. Do you watch Drag Race? RuPaul's Drag Race?
I haven't watched it. I have watched a couple of episodes though.
Oh my
I
God.
have watched a couple.
To say that I love it is an understatement. I support anything
Obsessed.
Drag Race related.
I'm not.
So much. Love it so much. Mickie, you mentioned that you had some Saraya store original merchandise. Can you tell us about your makeup line? How you came up with it? And I mean, it looks beautiful. We had it on a previous episode.
Yeah. So basically, I've kind of stopped doing that as right now, kind of put it on hold because of the pandemic and such. And then I'm starting to focus more on merchandise called the Weirdo Store because we're all freaks here, right? But I did have the lipstick, and I love makeup so much. I'm not very good at applying it, but I love it a lot, right? Yes. And I wanted to do some lipsticks that was vegan, gluten-free, not tested on animals, that kind of, positive, fun stuff. And me and Bobby Shabinsky was my business partner. He runs Blackcraft, the clothing line there. So we wanted to start up a Saraya store, and he actually wanted to help me a lot because I just came out of living in Texas with a psychopath and then moving back to Florida and then restarting my life again, right? So he was like, we should start a store that you could fall in love with and put your heart and time into, trying to get back in the ring again. So I just started doing that, and I was I loved it though. I really loved it, and the lipstick turned out really good. I wasn't super happy with the packaging, but the lipstick is really good. Like it moisturizes, but it also dries nicely. You don't have to reapply it as much, and then it has like a little mirror on it and a light. So if you're in the back seat, going to that club
so
or something, you can turn that little flashlight on. You're like, I'm ready to go, bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's clever. That was the clever. I love this, and you're right. It applies nicely, and it applies evenly, and then it stays because it dries. And then once it dries, I can put like a gloss because I like a glossier lip anyway. But like,
it smells really good too. It's a birthday cake.
Yeah.
Ooh.
My favorite scent ever. I'm not even a sweets person, but that's like my favorite scent for candles and everything.
You want to have your lips tasting good because then your boyfriend, your husband, anyone really,
And then in their
you're like, oh, it smells good.
Yeah. But at the same time, you're like, here, give me a kiss. Wait, I just put my lip.
But you're like, not too hard though.
Yeah, not too much. Yeah.
He doesn't like it too much because he doesn't like getting lipstick on his face. So he's just like, he gives a little light kiss anyway. He's like, barely touches me. He's like,
well, you mentioned body positivity and, being confident and things like that. I think makeup is a huge part of that. So I thought it was no surprise that you came out with something like that, because I think, like you said, little tweaks that we have done, whatever, makeup, changing how you look with makeup is really empowering, I think, especially for young girls that are just getting into makeup. I wasn't really allowed to wear makeup till I was about, 13 or something, but I was always stealing makeup and trying to, look older or trying to look glamorous,
I celebrate people that like to be, because makeup is like creative too, like you it's art. I feel like as well, what you can do on your face is like insane, right? Is you can completely contour your face, look completely different. I feel like it's art.
Yeah,
but also I appreciate a woman that likes to wear makeup, even if she's wearing a ton of it. Who cares? If she's walking out there with all that makeup on and she's confident and she's feeling good, then all the power to her. That's why I don't like when people always tell women you're wearing too much makeup. Like, no, they're wearing the perfect amount for themselves because they feel confident in it. It doesn't matter how much they're wearing or how less they're wearing. It's whatever. I know there's men who's like your boyfriends or your husbands again will say like, oh, you look better without makeup. And you're like, please stop, right? If I walk down the street or go to a restaurant like this, you'd be like, hell no, scrub up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Why do they insist
let
on
me
that
walk
crap?
to the freaking, my hair, freaking my eyebrows off? Like, I don't have any eyebrows. This is all drawn on. You want me to go there with your eyebrows on? Okay, let's go. Let's be real.
Totally.
The first time I ever, because I don't have
think
eyebrows
it's
either.
it's even more sexy though, is when you do see someone confident, regardless what they look like, but when they show that confidence, that's really super sexy.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Do you think I should put a shirt on? I look naked, no?
No.
Hey, you know, we don't mind the
Celebrate that.
viewership.
No, actually, look, I'll join you.
Oh my God.
Woohoo! It does look like you're naked right now.
It does. Sorry. Oh my God.
Woohoo! Well, that's confident.
Yeah.
Body,
I watched this Lady Gaga documentary the other day. Actually, it was on Netflix. And at one point, she was just talking to her team or whatever out by the pool. And then the next friggin' thing, she's completely topless, and tits flying out everywhere. And I'm just like, that is a confident woman right there. Like, I appreciate, like, Rodney was shocked. He was like, oh my gosh. Like,
yeah.
He was like, her tits are out.
She's a badass.
I'm like, that is a confident woman, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And she's owning it. I think that's what I appreciate the most about you, and like just about women that I love and that I find inspiring, is that the ability to own who you are and what you are, embrace all of it, because none of us are perfect and none of us are in whatever, and we all have our things. And I'm like, I love that so much. I love that you embrace who you are and that you just kind of own your shit. And then you just, if you're like, love it or leave it. And I love that because it's empowering.
Yeah.
So
It's like, thank you. There's like a quote that I love, which I have pinned to my Twitter, and it's like, it's just, what was it? Something about dealing with your imperfections. Like, hang on, let me read it to you. It's more inspiring that way. I don't want to fuck it up. Sorry if I keep cussing, by the way.
No,
You
you're
just told me I
fine.
can cuss, and then it's just like a floodgate opened.
We said when we started the show, we were going to like cover up curse words with like funny noises. And then people just appreciated so much in the chat room when we cursed. Like Mickie was the first one to drop an F-bomb, and they were like, this is the most real we've ever seen her. Let's keep doing it.
Of course. So this is a quote I love. It says, you don't need to be perfect to inspire others. Let people get inspired by how you deal with your imperfection, which I love, because again, not all of us is perfect. We don't pretend to be. I've messed up. I've done some pretty crazy stuff, you know, and I've turned my life around. And I feel like that's more inspiring for people to see that you go through all these crazy things and stuff that takes you completely to rock bottom. That means drugs, alcohol, being in an abusive relationship, doing these crazy things, or breaking your neck twice, you know, just going through these crazy life cycles and being able to come back and deal with things and be stronger, and then help others with it too. Because then you're speaking from experience as well. You know, you're not just preaching about something that you don't really know about. You're preaching about something where you actually went through it yourself, and you can help others with it too.
You've done so much amazing stuff in your career, wrestling career, but you're going to do so much more amazing things because that's just the type of person you are. And it's unfortunate because, you know, all your growing experiences, because your popularity came at such an early age. Like, you know, you were so young when you came onto the scene, and you were so popular, and the people just kind of gravitated to you, and that same loyalty type of fan base that really doesn't happen that often. You know, like you had that kind of like Lita loyalty, or like that, it was just, you captured a whole unique audience. And so then to watch them grow, like watch you grow up on television, but then also to see you experience all of these same things that a lot of people experience all over every day, like even within our own families experience these same things. But because you're on that social media platform at a young age, not only are you going through it at that young age, but you're in the public eye, and they're throwing their opinions, which really at the amount, like it really doesn't amount to a hill of shit at the end of the day, of who they think you are and what they think you are. And they have no clue. They don't have no clue, you know? And it's like, but I think that for you to be able to go through all of that, especially like we've been in bad relationships, but like, hey, fuck that guy. He's an asshole. You know what I mean?
An asshole. Also, can I just say, I'm sorry if you can hear Roddy in the background. He's streaming at the same time. So he's like, ah, you know,
no worries.
I love that.
We not to open the X files, as it were, but we've always talked about openly about relationships that we've had that, you know, had the ability to shape us as people for a bad reason, but hopefully they've shaped us to be the people that we are today, and be, like you said, unapologetically open with people, and kind of you know, make sure that people are learning from our mistakes that we've made, and whether that's relationships or, you know, anything else. It's just, you got to be open and honest, because if you're not, you're in the public eye, people are going to find out shit anyway. You might as well just own your shit.
What? People victim blame too, which is crazy. I've never openly talked about, you know, my ex, which is it's out there, but I've never talked about it. It was very obvious what was happening, and it's very obvious what I went through and all that kind of stuff. And at the beginning, like, you know, you fight back when it comes to that kind of stuff. You're fighting back with this person, and you're like, I'm not going to take this shit. This is not how I got brought up. You know what I mean?
Right.
But in the end, it becomes a cycle. where if you fight back, it just gets worse,
Mhm.
right? So then you go for a stage where you just, it's once every couple of weeks to once a week to every other day to nearly every single day where something is happening to you. And it's not just for an hour, it's for hours. It's like, it's up to 6-7 hours a day. You're literally like trapped in like this certain room and getting your ass beat every couple of minutes. You know what I mean? Like, and doing all these crazy things to you. And it's like, it's crazy. I never thought I would ever be in that position in my life just because of the way I got brought up. I never thought it, but it happens to even the most strongest people. I feel like it happens to.
Absolutely.
And you should never feel bad about it. And that's another thing about the internet is, again, they victim blame. Where even if I don't say anything, they'd be like, well, it's probably your fault and here's A, B, and C reasons why. Or it's like just something, or that never happened. It was all your imagination. And I'm like, I'm not even saying it. I've never spoke about it ever in any context, in any podcast, in any interview. I always stayed away from it. But now it's completely out there. I'm just like, why not? Why am I shying away from this? Like, why am I not brave enough to talk about it?
Yeah.
Right.
I'll never say his name again because he's like Voldemort to me.
Mhm.
He doesn't deserve to have like that kind of stuff, but he needs, it's calm. What happens to him is calm is a real thing. And you put out what you receive. And right now he's receiving what he's putting out.
Right. And
go ahead. I was going to say, and I personally think that now on the other side of this, where you are now, just personally, professionally, in your relationship, just you as a whole, you've never looked better. This is the best I've ever seen you look. Like, you're
Gorgeous.
just stunning, beautiful, like through and through, because you can see that your soul is happy too, so that beams through you, and that's a very important
You give me
thing.
chills. Thank you.
Aw, we're having a little moment. No, but
I know.
you hit the nail on the head. It's not just, there's so many different factors to it, whether it's physical or, a cheater guy, whatever. I've been through things like that. And it's like the mental stuff, people don't even think of how you're dealing with it. You think, okay, well, I'm going to have to defend the guy to my family and I have to make excuses because I keep going back. And then it's, okay, are people pitying me? Am I the stupid, young girl? Because you got into wrestling very, very young and you're the youngest of your family as well, right? 2 older brothers. Yeah. So like, and me always being the baby, that was kind of a thing for me too. It was like, okay, are people pitying me? Like they're going to, it's just the mental stuff that goes into it is really, really shitty. But as you said, it needs to be talked about because there could be a young girl that is going through the same thing. And if she's looking up to you, which so many young girls do, you've now told your story and she knows how to more properly deal with it.
Right.
And also too, like, I want to chime in on that. It's like, I'm divorced. I was married 21 years. We should have been divorced a long time ago, but I didn't believe in divorce. I thought, oh, my mom and dad, they argue too. That just happens. And that's part of marriage. And we were great business partners. That was, and good friends, just lousy husband and wife. And it's just, for me, like, now that when I got divorced, I became super independent. And then I knew exactly what I wanted, what I'm not going to tolerate. I will never go through this again. No one's going to shush me. No one's going to say, hey, I'm, or just back me down. I'm, we're strong women. And the hardest thing is like when you get older, it's harder to date as you're older because you already have established I'm very difficult to get along with. I mean, not difficult. I'm set in my ways. And I'm like, okay, if you can't handle that, there's the door. You know what I mean? A little bit, not too compromising. I'm a little too stubborn, which I need to work on. I know this. But being an independent woman in wrestling, that it teaches you to be independent. So independent where you're like,
and to have thicker skin too, because you have harder, like some crazy experiences that this normal people just don't have.
Yeah,
totally.
It's so true. Well, on to happier news. And in terms of being an independent woman, we want to hear all about your Twitch because I have had so many fans just randomly say you have to get on her Twitch. It's so entertaining. They love it. How did it come about? And tell us how you're enjoying it.
So it's because of my wonderful boyfriend, Ronnie, which I just want to talk to you guys about how wonderful he is. Because it's nice to have a guy that fully supports you in everything you do, doesn't physically touch you, and just loves you like with endless amount of just like, he has so much love for me and I can feel it and I can see it. Like, like you know when someone's good for you because you look good, you feel good, you project positivity, like, it's wonderful. So the reason I have Twitch is because of him. So he started his Twitch account way before the pandemic, right? And he like loved it, and he was a #2 Twitch streamer in the world at one point. Like he was doing really well on there because, you know, he's also in a band called Fallen in Reverse, which are really successful. Like his song Popular Monster has been #1 for nearly a year.
Whoa.
It's the
I didn't know
#1
that.
song in rock music right now. It'd be
That's cool.
AC/DC's new song, it'd be Bring Me the Horizon.
Oh my God.
It'd be
Wow.
all these massive bands, Ozzy Osbourne, everything, right?
Wow.
Killing it. But he also had this because he loves playing video games, right?
Mhm.
So he was like, now the pandemic started and like I can't wrestle and there's no point me going on the road because I'm not needed, right? He was like, you should start a Twitch account. And he's like, you don't have to play video games all the time. You can make it into a thing where sometimes you play games, sometimes you can do interviews like Mickie was on. And sometimes you can just chit chat with them and do Q&As and do all these fun things. So I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a try and see if it clicks, like, you know. And as soon as I started on there, the fan base I have is so wonderful that they came over and they just fully supported me. And then they just took me to like this really big level. Like I was the #1 girl on Twitch. It was for subscribers. I was the #1 girl. But the thing with subscribers is after a month, you have a thing called a sub, where a lot of people can't renew their thing because they can't afford it or something like that, you know. And so like, I just took a week off because I needed to mentally recharge, because it does take a lot out of you to stream for hours and hours, you know, and you're live doing it. And then you have to like eat and you still have to try and talk and you have to remain entertaining. It's like being in a match, but like not the physical side, but the draining side of it for hours, right? So I was like, I need to take a week off because I wasn't feeling very well. When I took a week off, and then I had like a big sub drop. Like I lost like literally 1,000 followers, but now I came back. They're like coming back again, which is wonderful. But I love Twitch. I love it. I think it's wonderful. I really want to keep it for myself. I don't want to have to share it because I built it myself from the ground up, you know. Yeah. And I mean, I'm not going to talk too much about that. I feel like, because I don't want to, you know, tread on anyone's toes when it comes to things.
Right. Well, because we were talking about going on, because we just got on YouTube. So,
yeah, we're like, what's this Twitch these kids keep talking about?
This Twitch. And I honestly, it's like TikTok. I thought it was going to be one of those things. It was just a fad thing that it would be. And then I was told the other day, and I don't know if Ronnie can say this, but someone's like, well, you really should make a TikTok account for your music, because your music's getting played on there. So you can keep tabs on like what actually is out there. You can maybe get more music on there. And I was like, oh, okay. So now I'm creating
on there too.
I think. Huh?
The TikTok thing, like if some of your lyrics are like really like the simple lyrics that Ronnie had, one of his songs blew up on TikTok, and it was like, why do good girls like bad guys? And they made videos about it, right?
Yeah.
But like if they can take some of your songs that you do, and then people take it and they make little videos in it, and it's really fun, and I feel like it could be really beneficial to you too, right? Like social media is so important these days, and we can't fight it. We're in a different world, you know, where it is social media. Our business card is our social media at the end of the day, you know. Yeah. So you should build a TikTok, and you guys should start a Twitch, because people would love it. You just live stream interviews, people would love that. And you guys have such a wonderful dynamic, whereas you are unfiltered, you speak honestly, and you know, and you love to just like talk shit in the most wonderful way too, like just how regular people do, you know. It's wonderful to see though. People love it, obviously, because people can't stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Even if you do shows on YouTube as well, you can also do some live things on Twitch, like, you know, every week or something special like that. People would love it.
We need to get on it. And I know we're not really into gaming too much either, but at the same time, like, I don't know if you've ever played Fall Guys, or like some of these really silly fun games, or old school like WWF No Mercy, or like GoldenEye for N64, like that kind of stuff. For all of us to play together would be hilarious. So we'll have to do that. We'll get you involved somehow too. We'll all do something fun.
We'll play Pac-Man. It'll be great.
Pac-Man.
You don't even have to play video games on there though.
Right.
There's a special section where it's a just chatting section, and people do it all the time where they don't play any games. They just sit.
That's what I did.
They have shows on there. You know, you can do whatever you want. You know, we do a thing called Sister Sunday, where me, Zelina, and my friend Raquel, every Sunday we'll play like a stupid game together. You know, it's whatever. But we actually get more views when we're not playing video games on there.
Right.
I think that's what people want to see. They don't want to see, you know, and Lisa and Mickie and I talked about this before. when we started the show, I thought it was a really cool way for them to get to see, for the fans to get to see Mickie and Lisa as I know them. When we were describing the show, I said it's sort of like if we had a signing or a show, you come back to the hotel room, we're in our pajamas, drinking wine, hanging out, talking shit, and that's how we are. I wanted them to see the types of women that I know they are, not just this unattainable, perfect wrestler. It's us, you know, talking about real life relationships and whatever. And I think that's what makes the show, and obviously Twitch, so entertaining, is because it's just you being you.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And you don't have to be a character on there,
Right,
which is wonderful. You can be completely yourself, and people love that more, is because it's that unfiltered side of you.
Yeah.
So,
Which is less
I think you guys would
exhausting.
kill it on there.
Yeah.
It's less exhausting, right? When we don't have to play a character and be on, like people don't realize when you're on the road, you're not just on for that 10-minute match or 5-minute match or something like that. As soon as you walk through that building and you open the door, you're on for backstage too. Everything's fine. My life is perfect. I'm not, you know, happy face, happy.
As soon as you open that rental car door to step your foot out in the parking lot while they're screaming and you're trying to figure out, okay, am I far enough away from not to be a heel? Because if it's cold outside, I just don't like to be cold, but am I far enough away from the fans standing at the fence that I can pretend that I'm just going in really quickly or don't hear them?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
But it's also,
Or are they too close and now I have to sign for everybody?
yeah. But you have to be on even when you come off the airplane, because there's fans in the airport. Then you go to the hotel, there's fans in the lobby. So like you constantly have to be on, and sometimes you don't want to sign everything that someone brings to you. Like, and it's not, people think these people, they'll come there. If you don't sign it, you're the biggest asshole in the world. It's just like, I'm not an asshole. I just have to be on as soon as I land. I get to my hotel where this is a space where this is my privacy. This is supposed to be my safe haven, you know, away from all this madness. But you're in the lobby. And then when we come downstairs to leave, you're outside the hotel. And then once we get to the arena, you're outside the arena. And then once we get in the arena, sometimes the security guards are wrestling fans too. So you have to be on guard constantly. And you constantly have to be Paige, Mickie, you have to be everyone. You know what I mean? Like Victoria, you have to be these people. Valerie, I'm friggin', you know, in England, I feel like they're a little bit less crazy.
Yeah.
No, I see what you mean.
Like they're a little bit crazy, like less
more
crazier,
respectful.
like,
They're kind of a little bit more respectful, right? In England, I find.
Yeah, like fans, they can be crazy, of course. And like if you're on a big tour, then yes, you will have that. But they're not as crazy as over here. Like every single place you go to, there is people at the airport, people at your hotel. Like I had this one time where it was actually me and Foxy who were traveling together, and we stopped at this random hotel in the middle of nowhere, dude. And I don't even know how this fan found us, right? But we were like, all right, let's go for a nightcap real quick, and then we'll come back to the hotel because we have to drive the rest of it tomorrow, right? So we're in the middle of literally buttfuck nowhere. It is literally, there's nothing around. There's one dodgy hotel, and then there's a crappy bar across the street. So we go in, put our bags out, go to the bar. I come back, the place is just filled with cops, and I'm like, what is happening? And they were like, there's this fan running through the hallways looking for Paige, and I'm like, what? I was like, how did they find us? Like, I don't understand. It was crazy. Yeah, and then, but it's anywhere you go, as soon as you're like out the door, as soon as you go to work, boom, you have to be like on.
I'll tell you what though, and I'm not from Orlando, but I consider Orlando home. Like when I go home, that's where I go. I've lived there the most of my life. And Orlando, bless them, I mean, it's Wrestle Town, USA. TNA Impact Wrestling was there for years. Then it became, okay, NXT is going to come around. Now it's everything. So, I mean, you can't swing a Fendi purse downtown without hitting 3 NXT dudes. Like it just, that's how it is there. It's crazy.
He said a
So true,
Fendi
though.
purse.
It's so true. I did not like living there. You just see too many wrestlers there, wrestling fans. I'm like, there is no escape from work here.
No.
I hate
I had to get out of there.
It's overrun. Mickie hates Orlando.
Oh yeah, it's like it's oh my god, it's like freaking.
Sorry, Val.
I know, it's so sad. Like, you took over my damn town. It was really fun before that shit happened, but oh well. Thanks, wrestling. We don't want to keep you for too long. We know you're a busy gal, but can you tell us what's coming up and where our fans can see you on Twitch? We're going to put all of the links up so they know where to find you, and I'm sure they already follow you, but what's coming up, girl?
Well, so I changed my Twitch name to my real name, which is Saraya. So it's twitch.com/Saraya Official. Someone already took the Saraya name, son of a bitch. But Saraya, I know, what the fuck? Like, but it's Saraya Official And then just social media is Real Paige WWE. Nothing too crazy going on over here right now, but we do. I mean, I do have something coming up, but like I can't really say anything about it yet. So.
Oh well, you'll have to come back. You'll have
Oh yeah.
Oh, 100%. And you guys have to come on my Twitch too.
We would.
Oh gosh, we would love it. We love it. And then
Son of a
also
Twitch.
give your love, give my love to your family and your mom and your dad and your brothers.
And your brothers, we love them.
What is it? Hooligans, right? Is that how it goes?
Yeah, that's right.
Hooligans.
Yeah.
Right?
They're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah. You come from good
Give my
stock,
love
girl.
to
I
your
got to
mom.
work with
You're
them.
the- I just said on the last I did an interview they asked me who's the toughest wrestler, you know. Sorry guys, not you guys. I said your mom is the toughest freaking wrestler I've ever met.
She's a
Your
psychopath.
She is
Like,
she's
dude,
the
when I
toughest
wrestled her, dude,
opponent
I
I've
was
ever
just
had.
like, you need to chill. Like this shit is expensive, man. Like what
Hold
the?
on.
I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
I freaking I broke her nose, right? Because we get so mad at each other. And people think we take it light, but no, we don't, right? She was so rough all the time that I got so mad that when she came charging at me, I did the big boop. I smacked her really hard. And it was just like,
And she probably liked it.
broke my wrist. So on a Samoa drop, that's probably my fault because I put my hand down. I was really young, but I blamed it on her. I was like 14. I was like, this is your fault.
Damn it, Mom.
I remember
like,
doing
"Yeah,
it a
you just took it like
hardcore
shit."
match. I did a hardcore match.
You know how
which
you
they-
just usually look around, but I was like, I'm gonna put my hand down and broke my wrist.
Oh, yeah, that sucks. I was in a match with her, and then we were close to the end at Bellatrix, and they changed it last minute. We were doing a hardcore, and I go, wait, what? Go on the bar, and I'm like, wait, where am I not allowed to go? Because I'm like so new, I'm so like trained by WWE. What am I not allowed to do? And then I remember she has me down, and she's like, fight back up, and I go, let me up. I can't get up. I can't fight my way up.
Today, yeah.
Yeah, it was, but I love her. I love her.
Great, but she's a psycho.
good storyteller.
She's
Yeah.
fabulous. And we love
She loved. I remember she was going for a stage at one point. She thought she was too old, right? So she was like, "I need to conform to what everyone else is doing." Where it was like, "Bum, bum, bum." And I was like, "Mom, the thing that makes you special is that you are a brawler and you're aggressive. And as much as I hate you pulling on my hair, that's just how you are. You know, like you don't have to conform at all." So like that's how she gets her work, is just being herself. You know.
We need to have her on the show too someday. That
Oh
would
my
kick
God.
ass.
Good luck. Dude,
Yeah.
I got to start a Twitch account. Oh my gosh. I go in there and I'm like, mother, your mouth. Stop saying that stuff. She's telling people to kiss her flaps if they piss her off. And I'm like,
Oh my God.
suck my dick, kiss my flaps. And I'm like, no.
Oh, Lord in heaven.
Oh yeah, dude. I was like, people think that I'm fucking weird. You can tell I get it from my mother, dude. So if she comes on here, yeah, get that freaking what's it called button, cuss button.
Oh yeah,
You're gonna need
the
it.
censor button, the censor.
Yeah.
Well, it would be, yeah.
You need to censor her really bad. You have to filter her a little bit.
I love that. Well, we love you so much. We're so glad to see you, and we're so proud of all you're doing. Again, you have all the links here, guys, to make sure that you're following her on Twitch and, of course, on Twitter, where you're so active on social media, which we appreciate that, so we can keep updated. Guys, I don't want to end it. I hate this part.
Oh, I hate
I
this
do
part.
This
too.
is fun. Thank you for having me, though. This
Thank
is
you for
really
being here.
awesome. I really enjoyed myself.
Yay.
Women
Thank
supporting
you for being
women.
part of it.
Yes.
That's what I
Cheers,
like. Women
guys.
supporting women. Fix those crowns, sis. Don't knock them off. That's what I love.
Perfect.
Thanks, babe.
Yay.
This is the word to go, yo.